So,
That's
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tremendous pain. Of course, that's on me to just be better. If I was better in the situation, then I could have got a 0 to death. But also, I just get finesse sometimes. It kind of is what it is. I do it right here, almost. So right there, honestly, that was one of those situations. I'm not even kidding. If you were aware of it, as you got Arsene, you could have let go and gone for a downer, and I would have actually died. I'm not even kidding. I would have been very sad.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty scared of you because I hadn't got a single percent off.
It's all good, bro. And that's the thing. So it's like, that's where just not even confidence, like in a matchup, but just like as yourself saying, "Oh, you're underneath me. I don't care who you are. It could be MK Leo. I know that you don't have a resource to escape this spike. I'm just gonna go for it and not mess up." Oh, okay, I can't make it up there. I just did it. Oops. Alright, I don't mind it. Oh, I didn't get on stage. So this is a regrab. We haven't really talked about that too much, I don't think. But if I regrab the ledge, that means that you can just attack the ledge and I can't do anything. It's not really a super in-depth thing, but basically if somebody grabs the ledge and then lets go of the ledge and then grabs it again without touching the ground, then it's a regrab, right? In which case you can just hit them.
I think more so being able to keep track of opponents' resources, like their double jump when they've air dodged, things like that.
Yep. So another thing with that, as far as tracking someone's resources, it really boils down to looking at them more than you're looking at yourself. If you're looking at yourself all the time or most of the time, that's when you can say to yourself, "Oh, I didn't realize someone lost their jump." It's like, it's the jump when you lose it, it's very subtle. It doesn't make a sound, right? And the animation for like that little white circle that comes out,
Yeah.
it's very fast, right? So if you're looking at yourself, even if you send me super far away and like you're chasing me across the stage and I just jump and I'm way up high, it's like you can mistake that for the trajectory of my launch instead, right? So if you're aware of it, realistically, I've had people ask me the question of when do I look at my own character? The only time I ever look at my own character is when I'm recovering. That's it. If I'm recovering, then I look at myself. And to be perfectly clear, as far as if I'm looking at myself or looking at you, like right now, for example, you see those two posts in front of you, kind of like those, like this one right here, and then the one like right there.
Yeah.
So for me right now, I'm kind of looking in between those. That's where I would be looking if I'm standing right here. I'm not looking at me, and I'm not really looking at you. I'm looking. My focus is more so in front of you than in front of me, right?
Okay.
So if I'm like, let's say if I'm over here, for example, I'm looking like this area right here, right here. So it's kind of more on the right side than anything. So if you break into this next little area right here, let's say we move up to here. So let's say we're like this far apart. Right now, I'd be looking at like the right side of the fountain, if that makes sense. So like right here, right? So that's basically where I'm looking. So if I happen to get a grab or a combo or anything, so if I get a grab and I do something like this, and I actually go for like an up air combo, let's see, like a IDJ up air like this to like a drag down. So like this. So if I do something like this, I'm looking at you the whole time. I'm not looking at myself. And also, comes from a ton of practice as well. I'm not thinking about my combo either. I don't think, oh, I have to do up air drag or up air nair drag down, whatever, into a reset. Hopefully, then on the right side, whatever. I got to follow your DI. I don't care about any of that because I just know what to do, and that's experience, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm looking at is when I get to the ground. Let's say you're at 200% now, but let's say if I were to do like, I don't know. Let me see if I can do it like something like this. If you're too high percent. But if I was to do like the drag down portion, all I'm paying attention to is where in that combo could you have escaped? Because I know where you can escape. Right after I do my nair drag down, nothing is true. So if we go nair drag down into another up tilt, that's fake. Nair drag down into a grab, that's fake. Nair drag down into down tilt, that's fake. Like nothing works. So you could jump out, right, or you could air dodge out. But I'm looking at you to see, okay, if you air dodge, what direction did you air dodge, right? Number one. If you're way up here and I see that your jump comes out, but I hit you during like the up air to the nair drag down, if you jump during that, for example, and you lose your jump, then I'm going to go from there and continue into an up tilt, because if you're trying to air, or if you're still trying to jump out during that, you can't. And if you haven't realized that, then I'm just going to continue on with this combo that's not actually a real combo, right? So yeah, the biggest thing for me, I guess, like I said before, if I'm off stage, let me see. If I'm off stage, it's the only time I'll look at myself, because I want to see if I'm gonna die, like if I'm just like killing myself, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
If I'm like down this low, I might be dead here. Yeah, I'm too low. If my feet are touching the bottom of the TV or the monitor or whatever you have, like if I'm like here, then I'm chilling, right? But I wouldn't know that if I'm looking at you. If I'm out here, if I'm looking at you, like. I'm looking at you right now, and I might be dead. No, I'm still living. Okay. So, realistically, as far as recovering, if I'm off stage, I'm looking at myself, trying to get my angles right, paying attention to all that stuff. The only time I wouldn't look at myself off stage is if you jump off stage with me, right? So if you're out here with me, I'm gonna look at where you're going and then try and not go where you're going, right? I'll also pay attention to if you use your double jump, like if you're out here, if you're gonna go like this, right? If I see that it's potentially to happen, if I'm way up high, I'm just going to keep on drifting back and forth and jumping around late probably and try and like force you to the bottom of the blast zone so that you feel uncomfortable going that low, right? Because if you jump down, like let's say way down here like this and then throw it in there, you're dead. You can't do anything, right? So I'm going to try and basically play chicken with you down that low, right? But even then, I'm still looking at you just because you're an actual threat at that point in time. Right. I guess another example of me like looking at not myself would be like if someone is playing Snake and they shoot a Nikita off stage, right? If the Nikita's chasing me, then that's when I'm also looking at that the projectile, not myself, right? But as far as the ledge trap, or not ledge trap, the regrabbing, it's just as simple as this. If I go like this, I go like this. And then I go like this and potentially die. No, so right there, that's a regrab, right? Even though I did all those other things, I jumped up here, went like this, right? Went in between, then grabbed again, still a regrab. I never touched the stage, right?
Yeah, I knew about the regrab thing. It's just one of those things where I'm sure you've heard this a lot. There's so much to keep track of in this game.
Oh yeah.
I'm not thinking about the regrab at that point in time. It's, I don't know.
I've grabbed the ledge
just something I need to be though.
So yeah, it's just like something that you have to try and train yourself to do. And the more resources that you can keep track of your opponent, the less skillful you actually have to be, realistically. Because instead of trying to say I have to do all true combos, everything frame perfect, everything like as good as possible, otherwise they can just escape things. In some cases, like, okay, if you escape this, you're still not actually escaping, right? Like, so let's say, for example, if I go up tilt, the third up tilt's not true.
Yeah.
Right? So if I know that, instead of saying, oh, well, he air dodged, so I guess I'm just done here, I can go up tilt, shield. So if you air dodge or if you come down with an attack, then I can get a grab or something, or I can nair out a shield or something, right? So those would be my options there. But that's kind of looking at you, but this is kind of transitioning into paying attention to someone's resources, right?
Yeah.
So if I know for a fact, let's say if you jump out, you clearly got out because you jumped. If you air dodge out, there's a chance you could actually reverse me. If you're facing me, if I do up tilt, then you nair, or so you air dodge to get down, you get in between my next up tilt, then you can get a jab or a grab or something. Or you can get like a shield. If I'm not paying attention, then I can up tilt on your shield, then you can get something else. The main things to really pay attention to, or like when you should even start paying attention to stuff, is if you are hitting me and you're going for some sort of combo or string that you know for sure is not going to be true, pay attention to what I do to get out of it, right? You would be very hard pressed to find someone who's being comboed and their main way to get out of something is to just DI away and not push any buttons ever. Like, that doesn't really happen. Well, it's to try and DI behind you and not do anything. I'm either going to try and mash my fastest option, which is either going to be air dodges frame 2, nairs frame 3, or double jump, which is frame 1. Right, that's the main things I'm going to try and get out with. If I try to get with like an up air, or it doesn't really matter what the attack is. If I hit you, clearly you know you got hit, and that's what you know that the combo's over, right? If I air dodge out, or you know that, let's say for example you're fighting a character, I'll say like DK. a character that doesn't have the fastest aerials ever, right? He's combo food for a reason. His air dodge is quite slow too. But if you know that what you're doing is a pretty tight combo that's almost true, and the only way he can get out is air dodge, in some cases you're better off dropping that combo a little bit to let him air dodge so that you're not stuck in your own animation that you know is going to miss. Right? So once he does his air dodge, then he can get a grab, or he can get a dash attack or something else, or a down tilt. Right? When you're becoming more experienced with the game, as you're kind of starting out, a lot of players get very frantic when they have advantage state because they don't want to drop it, so they start to swing for the fences on everything. It's like, I don't want to let this person escape, so I'm just going to go wild and hopefully hit them. And a lot of the time, that's how they get reversed, because that's what overextending is. Like, oh, I have this person in a combo, I'm going to go like this, I'm going to up air, back air, and just chase them super far off stage. And all they did was they just went like this. It's like, okay, I just go like that. And now you're over here doing this, way off here, like this. Right? Of course, it's an extreme example, but that happens a lot. And that's why people say, I can't keep track of someone's resources because I'm trying to make sure that they never get a chance to use them. It's like, well, most stuff that happens in the game is not true. So at some point, I'm going to have a chance to do something. All right, let's fight this one out. See how it goes.
Okay.
Oops. Just bad. Okay, I'm still alive.
I'd be so mad if you got that.
Okay. Let's go over here. Oh, okay. You definitely had a jump.
I thought I did.
I didn't see you lose it after all this talk of this, and I just miss it. Bruh, not like this. I definitely didn't see it happen. So yeah, air dodge away. Went for forward tilt. You could have maybe jabbed there, but I can get there faster and have no landing leg since I did an air dodge, right? Okay. Sad. Okay, let's grab, but I guess not. Okay. So right there, I knew as soon as I missed that combo, I'm not going to land on the platform with you, right? So I'm going to get down beside you instead. So if you went for that up tilt, you're going to miss. If you try to get down, then I'm going to also already be down. Let's get back into neutral. Oh, you had that. You could have just, if you committed a little bit more to that back air, I was dead for sure.
I think I'm understanding. It's just
practice.
Yeah.
It's
man figures the Falco comes out and I get wrecked.
And that's the thing, man. It's like I have almost 7,000 hours in this game.
Yeah.
And the majority of those hours too have been coaching people. So it's been hours and hours of just having to be self-aware of all of this constantly, keep it very fresh, and having good execution, and also playing other people's characters too. So knowing, okay, this is their fastest option, this is what they want to do, this is what they probably want to do, this is what the average player wants to do in a certain situation, and I see it all the time, right? It's more so you or anybody else who does coaching gets a chance to fast track that experience, versus for myself, I just labbed everything, you know? It's like getting to read a textbook versus being the person that writes the textbook and does a lot of shit wrong. It's like go and talk to people and say, oh, what do you think of this? Is this a good idea? Like, would you use this? And then people are like, no, this is pointless, or oh, this is good. Then you put it all together in a final package, and someone else just learns just the good stuff, right? So I admit that I've learned a lot of stuff that's probably really useless or not applicable still, but it's also that trial and error that a lot of players just kind of go through. Oh, I'm just bad. It's okay, though. Oh, a mess. Oh.
You're terrible.
I'm sorry. Oh.
Nice.
And that's one of those things too, is just like knowing the confirms inside and out so much, right? Oh, hold on, it's on the rampage. So right there, I knew that I'd be able to act before you just because of the Arsene animation. I didn't know it was gonna happen, but just paying attention to it, saying, "Oh, if you're in that, you kind of get screwed," right? So I didn't have to like,
Yeah.
I didn't have to shield or like spot dodge or jump away, because as soon as it happens, like if I know that, and once again, experience, if I know that's a thing, then I can just be prepared instead of like being frantic, I guess. Instead of like saying, "Oh, I have to like throw a multi-jab right here or something." So I'll just wait until I can get a grab, because you also have iframes too. So if I did go for an F smash or something, I could have charged one, I guess. But no, I don't even know percent you were at. I could have gone for an F smash, I guess. Oh no, not like this. You're still living? Oh, not the down tilt. Try to jump. You have no jump still, so I can be aggressive here. So right there,
Yes, you can.
I knew way in advance, right, that you had no jump. So yes, you could have up B'd, right? You could have up B'd.
I went for it.
So you could have up B'd like basically immediately, because you have 25 frames of invincibility or intangibility on your startup, right? So as soon as I ran out there, you could have panicked and up B'd, and you could have landed on stage, and that could have been bad, right? But I was definitely going to go for the aggressive play, because I want you to panic, right? In that situation. Because
Yeah.
had you panicked, what I would have done, if I saw the up B come out, I would have gone for a jumping down air, and I probably would have missed. But then you would have been into free fall, and I would have gone for like a full hop in air, short hop in air. If I'm really, really precise, I could have got like a raw back air and killed you. But I'm going to probably go for a nair just to cover my bases and do a safer move that hits more of an area, instead of trying to go for the kill move. If you landed on stage, then I would have probably gone for down smash, just in case if you go on my left or right side. If I know for sure where you're going to go, then I would have gone for F smash. If you went to the ledge, then I would have just ledge trapped you or gone for like a down tilt or something. Right? And all those things were pre-planned. It didn't matter what you did. I had an answer for it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that I was going to get it guaranteed, though. Right? Just because I know what I could have done or would have done doesn't mean I was going to be able to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?